Welcome back to the Sports Source, the segment brought to you by Madisonville Marine. If you're in the market for a new boat, you want to be talking to these folks right now. They can get you into the boat that you need, the boat that you want, but if you want to be on the water next spring and summer, now is the time to get in touch with Joe Special and the team at Madisonville Marine. Everybody's putting in their orders because these boat dealers, the boat companies, the boat production companies are still they're still playing catch up. They're still getting them ready. So you got to go to the group that's got more ties to more different brands and models of boats than anybody else. That's Madisonville Marine. Put your order in now. If they don't have it on the lot right now, put your order in now so you can get it next spring or summer. And as always, the folks at Madisonville Marine want to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. All right, Hot Read segment, 2 very quick questions, gentlemen, 1 for each pairing, Jimmy and Chuck. Which quarterback headline is the best news for that program? Now I would ask you to take off the orange glasses, Chuck. Tennessee keeping Hendon Hooker, or South Carolina landing Spencer Rattler.
Chuck, go ahead.
Well, obviously we're in Knoxville, Tennessee, so I'm going to say keeping Hendon Hooker. That is a good get for South Carolina because they haven't had, I don't think, great success at the quarterback position. But for all of the reasons we've said, and Tennessee I think is a program ahead of South Carolina to take the next step. Having Hooker come back to me is bigger.
I'm going to go with Rattler, and I do think Hooker's huge, no question about that. But what has South Carolina had the last few years?
Yeah.
What's their quarterback been? They've got these guys in there and haven't produced, and now you come in with the new coach, and you're getting a guy that, whether you agree with it or not, last year he started the year as one of the Heisman Trophy favorites. And so that's a big name for South Carolina to get, which I think can help jumpstart their program. I'll
Agree.
go with Rattler.
I agree. I think Hooker will probably have a better year.
Yeah.
But I think this is a bigger splash for South Carolina, even though Beamer had ties to Oklahoma. So there's a tie there. But I thought, like you, Tennessee's ahead of South Carolina. Beamer wound up doing a better job at South Carolina than I anticipated, playing a bunch of nobodies at quarterback. This tells me South Carolina may be a little closer to Tennessee than I was thinking in terms of moving forward. But I think Hooker has the better year, but I think this is a bigger headline for South Carolina. Bob and Sterling, which rival SEC programs should be the focus of Tennessee right now in the short term? Who are you focused on?
Florida.
Bingo.
Florida. Florida's the first big game of the year every year. Beat Florida. Well, beat the games you played before Florida too, win those, but beat Florida. Absolutely.
And I think right now, as far as your big ahead of you rivals, not counting Kentucky being even, Missouri, South Carolina, any of that, Florida looks the most gettable. And if you can knock them down a notch or two, and you can make Florida be the one back there playing for 5th place in the East, then I think that helps you. I think right now, you want to focus on Alabama and Georgia, but the gap is just too wide. But Florida, beat them down and put them back where they belong.
Agreed. I think Alabama and Georgia are not my concern right now. Prove you're ahead. I would say focus on all those. Florida is your main concern because they haven't won an SEC title at Florida in 13 years, which, think about that. 13 years at Florida. They're going through another coaching change. They didn't get a name coach. He may be great, but you didn't get a name coach. But also, you got to prove once again you're ahead of Kentucky, you're ahead of Missouri, you're ahead of South Carolina. If you can prove that you're the best of the rest, then you can start worrying about the best.
Exactly.
Separate yourself recruiting-wise, that you're not in this group anymore. But Florida's the key there. If you can jump Florida, think of what your recruiting does then. If you're consistently ahead of Florida, think
You
of
can
how
also
the fan
finish
base.
second in the East Division if you beat Florida.
Exactly.
Then
And
you're
now
one
you're-
upset away.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
Agreed.
still can beat Florida, Georgia, and Alabama.
Okay. It'll be a while. It'll be a while till we do all
Eventually.
3 in the same year. All right.
Eventually.
4 rapid-fire questions next on the Sports Source. Come on back.